Back at the 2024 Classic in the Country from the Perry Reese Junior Community Center. Jake Sidle with you, and I am here with Casey Claxon from Claxon Communications. Casey, thanks for taking some time out of your hectic schedule at the Classic, to say the least, to talk with us.
Sure, Jake. Glad to be here.
Now, Casey, we've been partners. You've been partners with WKLM for how many years now? Going back to 2020, right?
Yeah, since COVID began, actually, yeah.
And it's been amazing to see just how much the video has kind of changed broadcasting sports on the radio, especially at the high school level.
Well, it really has. I mean, we're excited to be a part of the Classic in the Country. A few years ago, before we started live streaming pay-per-view at the Classic in the Country, we actually came up, and I was a part of the radio broadcast team, so that was one of my first experiences. But it's great to expand that. We're so appreciative for Highland High School and their administration, Dave Slayball, and of course Brady and Seeger and all the staff here, welcoming us to be able to be a lead sponsor with WKLM, and we're glad that Claxon Communications can be a part of it. And
it's big too, because it gets to take the Classic to an audience that normally might not get to see it. You know, years past, this is the 21st Classic. This is only the second one where we've had live video for the whole Classic.
Yeah, exactly. Earlier today, I had gotten a frantic email from a grandparent who had a granddaughter playing on the Solon team, and she was trying to get logged in, and she sent me her phone number in an email. So I called her up. She was in Pittsburgh, so her and her husband could not get to see their granddaughter play, but I was able to talk them through the logging in process so they could watch their granddaughter play, and that's what the video portion is all about, because there's a lot of people from out of state that aren't necessarily going to be able to make the trip. I mean, that's a pretty good drive from Pittsburgh, or don't know their condition, but, they were able to watch their granddaughter play.
And it's also great because, when the weather's not as good, it's cooperated with us for the most part this weekend, but I think we all remember Classics where we had 2 feet of snow on the ground outside. So.
Well, I know 2 years ago, I was here on a Sunday calling the game, and I stayed until the very last game that was over. I was on the last couple of games of the night, and then it took me 2 hours to get from Berlin down to near Kim Bolton and Plainfield area where I live at. And I got home and I got yelled at. My wife was like, "Are you an idiot?" She's like, "I can't believe you drove through that snow." But I did, and made it safe and sound, obviously. And I know a lot of people love what they do, and I certainly fall into that category, loving what I do.
And I think we have your new ringtone for your wife. It's you. We're going to clip that sound of you say, "My wife said, 'Are you an idiot?'" You can just put that as your ringtone.
She did. Those were her exact words. So, but yeah, like a lot of people, you're just worried if somebody's out on the road. But they played basketball the next day on Monday, on Martin Luther King Day. So it's all right.
So far, we've seen a lot of great games this year. So for anyone who hasn't had a chance yet to check out the video, they still have Monday. Why don't you tell them how they can get on there?
Well, they can visit WKLM.live, and that will take you to the pay-per-view portal where they can purchase the games. And you can actually buy those games, and if you buy like the whole weekend pass, even though we're here on Sunday, you can still buy the weekend pass and see all 23 games from the Classic on demand. So even though you may have not been able to see it live, but if you want to go back and watch any of the games on Saturday, or even games for tomorrow or a year from now, you could still go back and watch those games on that WKLM.live pay-per-view portal, and those will be archived there for quite some time, and you'll be able to see those games.
Well, Casey, thanks for taking some time to talk with us, and thank you for all you do. I know I really appreciate all the help we get from you and the Claxon Communications staff out when we're on the road getting set up for broadcast.
Well, you are a great customer. We certainly love working with the folks from WKLM, and we're glad that you invite us to be a part of this event, and we're thankful that you are a customer of ours in what we pursue to bring high school sports to people with video or radio or whatever it might be. So thank you.
Thank you again, Casey. Don't forget, stay tuned here on WKLM. We'll have more updates and some games coming your way on WKLM as well as WKLM.live.